let's go out this weekend. There's a crazy event happening.
All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast. Wash Media headquarters, Austin, Texas. My name's Will DeFries. My absolute pleasure to introduce to you Dillon Shivery.
Wow, man. Without Dave being here, you're forced to introduce me, and it feels really nice. Really nice. Even if it's forced, it feels really nice. So yesterday, I dropped Parks off for at the bus stop for Camp Longhorn, which is where he is now. And last year when this happened, so they post picture updates every day, photo drops of kids at camp. The first 2 days last summer, and on the first 2 days, he was crying in each pic. Just super homesick. I felt terrible. I'm happy to report that the first photo dump has been posted, and he is smiling.
That's big. That's big.
He's got a picture here with the whole squad, his bunk mates, just looking happy. And so that makes his dad happy, and we're off to a good start.
My mom's gonna kill me for telling this story because she is a backer. She has not transitioned over to the dumb zone yet, but she'll get there eventually, I think. Because we're going to make those dumb fucks love us. You guys are going to love us by the end of this. And so my parents set me up. My dad was a big camp guy growing up. My sister went to camp the entire summer. And my parents decided that it was probably good to send, fancy boy Will to camp, toughen him up a little bit, get him off the golf course, get him away from playing wave race constantly.
Yeah.
And so they told me that one of my best friends was going to camp with me for 2 weeks. And leading up to it, we didn't really talk about it. I didn't like the idea of going to camp. The day before, I was like, dude, I really don't want to go to camp tomorrow. My buddy's like, I'm not going to camp. I was like, what? He goes, dude, no, I canceled a long time ago. I'm not going. I was like, oh, so my parents just didn't tell me. They didn't tell me.
They knew about it?
Yeah. And so I just put my foot down. I was like, I'm not going to camp. My dad was like, you're going to camp. Like, did not even want to have the conversation. And my mom was just like, we can't send him. Look at him. He's beside himself. You can't do this. And it caused the biggest fight in the history of my parents, per them. The fact that I wouldn't go to camp, and they never even attempted after that. They did make me get a job, though.
Yeah.
It was soon after. I think the next summer is when I was scrubbing tubs of whitefish chowder.
Dude, so he's 9. He went when he was 8. That's intimidating.
Oh, yeah.
Away from your parents. Dude. He didn't know, by the way, didn't know a soul at camp. That's hard stuff. As a kid, I couldn't have done that.
No.
It is so good for him, though. The kid needs to toughen up a bit, learn some independence. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I was the least independent kid of all time.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. I remember one time we were switching, in church when they'd send you to the kids stuff. I don't remember what they called it. Just kids school.
The rainbow room?
Whatever. It'd just be all right, now the kids can go do their thing and they don't have to sit through the sermon. I remember one time they were like, oh yeah, you're going to the classroom that's 3 down now. You've switched. And I just buckled. I was like, I can't go 3 down.
Dude,
this is my classroom.
I was very similar. My family moved after my second grade year. Or maybe it was my first grade. I can't remember. Anyway, so I had to make all new friends at a brand new school. And I was just terrified. I don't know anybody here.
No.
I was such a pea. Parks has a little bit of that in him, but he's tougher than I am, and stuff like this is so good.
My number one thing is going to make sure that my kids are not like I was, because it was crippling anxiety, and I think I still reap the benefits of that today. I still don't even now. I don't like going to big events where I don't know anybody.
Yeah,
I'll cancel before going to an event where I was invited to that I feel like I should go. Yeah. It's a really bad thing.
Yeah. Parks has a lot of personality, but if you're just meeting him for the first time, you would never guess, because he's just super shy and shut down around people he doesn't know very well.
Yeah, that's kids.
Yeah,
that's kids.
Anyway, I'm stoked. He's having a good time, hopefully. And look, I'm not sending him off to military camp.
We could do that.
This is a paradise for kids.
Should we do that to him?
I don't think so. No.
Let's do it. So who won in the end? Your mom or your dad? Did you go to camp that year?
I did not go to camp. My mom won. There's part of me that regrets not going to camp, but I also think that my parents really should have never tried to deceive me in that way. I think they would deny trying to deceive me at this point in life. I'm going to get a phone call later today from my mom being like, that's not how it went down, but that's definitely how it went down. That's 100% what happened. But I don't know. Man. I like the idea of summer camp. Did you guys ever watch You never watched Bug Juice. Did you ever watch Bug Juice, Randy?
It sounds really familiar, but I don't remember it as one. Like I remember heavyweights. That's like one of the
Oh,
big
yeah.
like
Well,
camp
Bug,
ones.
Ju-
I remember.
Bug
Fat
Juice,
camp.
Bug Juice, which in hindsight, I think this is actually fucked up to do. Bug Juice was a reality show set at a kids' summer camp where they would like follow the kids around and stuff.
Reality show?
Little weird.
Huh.
Like maybe we don't need camera crews
Yeah.
at kids' camps and stuff.
That's a little strange. Heavyweights is all time.
Yeah.
And that camp is cool as fuck until what's his face took it over. They did fun stuff.
You mean White Goodman, aka or the same exact character?
Same character, yeah.
Randy, you've considered doing an adult summer camp.
Yeah, Camp No Counselors, and I'm still thinking about it too. It's just they had a really good thing going right before COVID, and
Oh.
now they've scaled back to only doing like New York and California camps, but they're doing them all over the country, and it looked awesome. And
What
I
are
wanted to do it.
Is it like outdoor, like remote outdoor, like by lake
Yeah.
style camps?
It's pretty much. I think it's just like a summer camp that like
Except
has
everyone
kids
hooks
and
up and
stuff,
does
but
drugs and stuff?
Pretty much. It's only
Yeah.
one weekend. It's all inclusive. Like it's a long weekend, and it has all the summer camp things. It has the blob, all these things.
mean,
you like set up in companies.
That
It's just
sounds like a
awesome.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
I could never go to something like that alone and make friends there, but it would be really fun to get like 8 people together and be like, all right, we're going to
Like-
adult summer
Like
camp.
if
We're
you
going
and your
off.
boy, if you and your boy like became single right before summer, you know, and you're in your like late 20s, like, yeah,
Yeah, let's try it.
let's run it.
Let's
See
let
what
it rip.
happens.
Can you drink there? Like you drink and stuff?
It's
Oh, yeah.
21.
Interesting.
It's 21 and up.
Everyone's just hooking up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I think in their like initial video, they're like, "We don't promote relationships, but you know, what
you're
happens
adults.
happens."
But you're adults and you're drinking and you're staying in a camp and you're in bathing suits all day. Like you're gonna hook up.
Yeah. So I still want to do it.
okay. Okay.
You should.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that idea. I don't have it in me.
No.
I'm not going to force Fritz to go to camp, but I will encourage it if he shows
Yeah.
any interest.
Yeah, I was really worried that after how things went last summer, he wouldn't want to go back. And when I first asked him, like after picking him up, he's like, "No, I don't think I want to go back." Then a month later, I was like, "What are you thinking, man?" He's like, "I kind of want to go back
Yeah.
again."
I
So
think
he's
if you
there
go
now.
once, I think you get the bug.
Yeah.
My sister ended up going for 3 months out of the summer, like the entire time.
Wow.
And your boy was feasting on that desktop computer in the office.
Oh, yeah.
Like it, not arguing with my sister was like the greatest thing ever. But I do wish he was around during the summer sometimes.
Just wearing that lime wire out.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. Like
Yeah.
it probably ran 1,000 times slower when she got back from summer camp because I just had everything on there.
Yeah, I wish I got to go like as a kid. I went as a high schooler to running camp. It was for the cross country kids. Like so it was summer camp, but like in the mornings they did like runs and stuff. But man, it'd been so cool doing it as a kid.
I did one camp called T-Bar M. I don't know if some people have heard of it. I'm sure it's a Christian camp. I hated it, not because not the Christian element to it. I don't know. It wasn't my scene. I had fun in spurts, but it was like, man, I just want to go home.
I think a lot of the summer camps up in the Midwest were very Christian.
They
too,
are,
So
they
I
are.
probably would have not enjoyed
Yeah.
that. I would have enjoyed that.
They are.
aspect.
My
Man.
buddies went to like an extreme sports camp that was also like Christian based, and they were like, I think they went thinking it was going to be like, have you ever heard of Camp Woodward? It's like where all the, it's like it used to be like it might still be a big deal, but it used to be like the big place where everybody would go like get really good, and they'd have really good coaches there, and it was just tight. It was like the dream summer camp if you skateboarded or whatever, any extreme sports, and like they went to this summer camp and they're like, yeah, it was cool, but like we did way more like church stuff than anything, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not going to skateboard camp. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm 13 years old.
Yeah, we would sit around on like blankets and just do like Bible study stuff, and I just wasn't into it. I was like, man, there's a zip line right here. Can we just go do that?
There's
instead?
a freaking zip line.
Can we go do that?
Hey, we've got a loaded episode and we have a lot of announcements. The meetup in Chicago is less than a month away, Randy. It's next week. It's not this weekend. It's next weekend
Really
in
snuck
Chicago.
up, man.
Sluggers. It didn't sneak up. I feel like it's been treacherous leading up to this.
Okay.
Chicago Sluggers, 5 p.m. Saturday, next Saturday.
That's not Sluggers is Saturday. Muggsy is Friday.
And then, okay,
at 5.
At Muggsy's at 5. Isn't
Muggsy's at
Sluggers
5.
at 5 as well?
6.
We need to update the graphic because I think it said like Sluggers was at 5 or 6. I think we're going to be getting there.
All right. If you're a backer or if you're a,
A circle-back dumb fucker.
Yeah, let's say if you're a
No,
circle-back dumb fucker.
A circle. What is it?
A dumb back circle fucker.
If you're a dumb back circle fucker,
Show up at 5 and be loud and intimidating towards the other tables to create some space for everybody.
dude, shout out to Alex, the dumb back circle fucker who loves Will most of all.
Dude, shouts to him.
Yeah, I
I
love
never
this
I never had visions of any DFs converting over and liking me. This is
Yeah.
beautiful.
That wasn't
Dude,
on my bingo
see,
card at
this
all.
is this is the first
is how it
domino.
happens.
Oh, they're
This
gonna
is how it
love
happens.
us. I can't wait to become a DF. This is my first day.
They're gonna catch wind of his thread over on our subreddit. They're just gonna ban him from the other one.
Dude, they're gonna get so tired of me being in their subreddit glazing up Jake and Dan. But yes, Chicago, come meet up. We've got everyone in the mix, dude. Noted graphic designer Ricky Prosper is going to be there.
KJ.
TMD's KJ is going to be there. The Mail-In's Sally is going to be there.
That's right.
It's just a big weekend.
It's gonna be fun.
Go make it happen. Tomorrow, beyond the paywall, we're anticipating the return of David Ruff. But tomorrow will be a cold call episode. If you would like to get your call prioritized, go to washedmedia.com/cold call. Drop your number. Drop some topics you might want to rap with us about. Let's have some fun. Again, that's washmedia.com/cold call. Just fill out the form and we'll take care of it. Dillon's Trackhouse Thursday. Dillon, unfortunately, this is my first track house where I'm not gonna make the tea time.
Davey Boy will be here. He wasn't here last week.
It'll be a full house, but it does pain me. I can't drink the pig slop. What was that stuff?
Was it pig blood? What was it?
Here, I'll just pull it up. Yeah. I don't think anyone actually thinks I'll make good on any bets at this point after I wimped out on the Milkster. But if anyone gets some Hog Wild Pig Punch.
What is this? Did I miss something?
Hog Wild Pig Punch?
Dude, you're not drinking this stuff?
I'm not. This is new to me.
Dude, last night they let the Hog Wild Pig Punch do the talking. I think it attracts hogs.
Okay.
Washmedia.substack.com for the newsletter. YouTube.com/circling back. Go subscribe.
We don't want you drinking that. Tony P and DC is gonna show up.
You see Tony P's Father's Day post yesterday with his dad?
I missed it. I don't follow Tony.
It makes total sense that he turned out the way he did.
Okay.
Like, there's a video at the end of the post where he and his dad are dancing together, and it's like, yup.
Is he just a carbon copy of his old man?
Oh, dude, it's hilarious. Like, I didn't really see it until I got to the video where they were dancing, and it was like, yep, he's cut from that same cloth.
Yeah, happy belated Father's Day to all the daddies out there.
For sure, dude. Let's do this Father's Day in fun, shall we?
Let's do it.
Bro, let's go out this weekend. There's a crazy event happening.
I like to turn up.
Bro, there's a crazy event happening.
Let's just go have fun and let go with it.
Little Woodrows, let's go.
Recapping this weekend of fun, presented by our friends at Rowback. We just put in a giant Rowback order.
We did.
Their American Summer Collection just dropped, and there's a lot of heat in the hopper. I have to say, I'm very excited to receive some children's polos from my boys.
They have a new Tailwind Performance tee, and they sent me one a few months back, and it is, this is no cap whatsoever, the softest piece of attire that I owned.
Are you glazing this tee up?
It's unbelievable. They have the tech tees. They've had those out for a while, and those are also soft, but nothing like this Tailwind Performance. It's unbelievable.
I have to say, the color selection of this is just beautiful.
I know.
Just beautiful.
That's facts.
We also got in some of their swim trunks recently, and they have some goated liners. It's an appropriate length of swim trunk. They're good looking, and it's just as high quality as pretty much everything else Rowback does. I love it.
And of course, they have over 300 polos available.
That might be a modest
If
estimate.
you can't find a polo you like, then you just don't like polos.
If you
basically.
want 20% off your Rowback order, use Washed20. Again, Washed20 for 20% off of your order at rowback.com. Dillon, what'd you get into this weekend?
Thanks for asking. Friday, pretty low key. Hung out with Chels. Nice little quiet night. And we did step out actually for Pine House Pizza.
Wow.
Did step out, got some pizza rolls.
Hot honey?
Didn't do the hot honey.
Oh, Randy.
Sorry.
Imagine dipping a pizza roll in some hot honey.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
That's dangerous. Saturday, big family day, big. The little guy and I went to my dad's house where my sister and brother-in-law, my two little nieces were hanging out. And we just vibed all day. Had a couple cocktails and spent the night over there. It was a fun
What-
family day.
What was the nectar of choice?
Margarita,
Wow.
rocks,
How original.
margarita on the rocks, and a couple of frosty boys as well.
You were just talking about doing some at-home margaritas, some frozen Johns. I have a question about this.
Yeah,
Are you blending these in a normal blender?
yeah.
Is it a high-end blender?
It's a Vitamix.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. Because I was going to
Yeah.
say, the reason we don't have a nice blender at all. And so I never even think about doing frozen margaritas at
yeah.
home.
Chelsea's been in the lab just trying to concoct the perfect frozen marg, and she's doing a damn fine job of it.
Dude, we need to have a party where we get everyone together because Sally's on her spritz grind right now, just trying to test out every single spritz known to man.
Yeah,
And I think we just need to have an end of summer thing where everyone brings their best concoctions to the table.
Then for Father's Day, Sunday, I took the little man to the bus stop, the bus pickup area at the mall. Actually, is where it was, and I saw the little guy off. I didn't cry this time. I cried last year.
You wanted to.
I cried last year. His mom did cry. She told me. A big time, big stepping for the little guy.
I almost cried seeing your Instagram
Dude,
story.
It was so sad just watching. Like, there he goes, man. Hope he's okay, and he will be.
Do you ever worry like the second he gets on the bus, he just looks around and doesn't know where to sit and just gets intimidated? He's going to sprint off? Because that would be my fear every single time.
Yeah. So they were about to leave, and the door was still open. So I walked up to the bus driver who was standing outside. I said, "Can I go say bye real quick?" And he goes, "Yeah." I walk up there, and he's 3 rows in, sitting on the right side. He doesn't have a seatmate. His seat next to him is empty, and a lot of these kids, to be fair, they know each other already.
Yeah.
So like, he was one of the only ones like not sitting next to someone, but that he makes friends fast. I wasn't worried about that. But it is like, man, I hope this goes well.
Yeah.
I hope this goes well.
Yeah.
The rest of the day, I went out to go see Chelsea, and we did that nice little pool day.
A little pool charcuterie?
Little pool day. She made some poolside charcut, which was great. And then she made me just an incredible Father's Day meal that I feel like I didn't deserve. She made surf and turf for me, and she knocked it out of the
Why don't you
park.
deserve it? It's Father's Day. You're
I
a
don't
good
know.
dad. Like, I don't really
She had
understand
this
why
big,
you...
big gift basket for me too, and it's like, man, she's a real one.
Dude, that's what's solid.
It was a great weekend overall. How about you?
I tried to keep it low key this weekend. I didn't really. Friday was pretty much a wash. Just kind of wanted to do absolutely nothing. Just wanted to hang at the crib, and that's exactly what your boy did. I'm just deep into Love Island right now. Shout out to the UK. Saturday was the day. It's been a long time since I've hung out with producer Micah. I famously missed his St. Patrick's Day party, and it still
right.
pains me to this day.
That's right.
But I got a nice dinner invite from producer Micah. We went to Uchiko, a nice sushi place down from where we live. And Dillon, I've got some really tough news to report to you regarding my Uchiko experience. The service was incredible.
No more Guy Toro bite?
The food was amazing. We ordered 4 guitoros to finish out the meal.
What's the bad news?
For anyone out there who doesn't know what this is, if you ever go to Austin, you ever go to Uchi or Uchiko or whatever restaurant group has the restaurants, they have this bite called the guitoro, and it's this piece of steak that's been sous vide'd for like 72 hours.
Isn't it like A5?
Yeah, it's like
premium
A5 Wagyu. It's $12 for each piece of sushi,
for a bite.
one bite. But it's so good that like you borderline can't go there and not get it because it's just so good. And they run out of it, so you kind of have to like order it, get it done. I ordered it, we got it. And so the way that you eat this, the best way to eat this is by flipping it over onto your tongue, which is apparently how you're supposed to eat all sushi. I learned recently.
Okay.
And you're supposed to flip it over on your tongue so you can let it melt on your tongue, and it truly does like melt. I picked it up, and it immediately fell apart on me because of a fumble that I had made, not the construction of it. I panicked and I just shoved it all in my mouth, and it was just this ball of rice and meat, and it tasted good, but I didn't get the full experience, and it broke my heart because the last time we went there, they were out of it, and it's been a year since I've had a good one.
Considering there are usually months go by between those bites, you can't fumble it like that.
I fumbled the Wagyu, dude.
Damn. It is unbelievable.
Fumbled the Wagyu. I ended up listening to records until 1 a.m. that night. I usually don't do that. I just didn't want to go to bed. What's so funny, Randy?
You're so mad that I can't even go to sleep.
I just sat there. Father's Day was the day. Woke up. Sally had gotten me a nice coffee to my liking. She had gotten some pastries, some balloons that said "World's Best Dad." I don't know if we
Aw.
can prove that. It seems tough to prove, but it was pretty good.
It's subjective.
I ended up playing golf out at Spanish Oaks and shot an ugly 92, just a bad 92. Triple bogeys are just they were just killing me yesterday. Had one single birdie. It was on the first hole. No one birdied the rest of the day. Hot as hell out there. Unfortunately, the barbecue station was shut down. You guys know how much I love that barbecue taco out there. It was just devastating. But had a great time. Got home. I had a dinner that's much opposite of what you did for Father's Day. I didn't get surf and turf, Dillon. I got we did mushroom pot pie.
Oh,
So we've been buying these pies from this lady who sells them out of a parking lot. And,
okay.
and they're really good. Like they're really good.
How was the mushroom one?
I thought it was going to be like like beef bourguignon. Do you know what that is? Like the beef stew dish almost. People make it with mushrooms. It's like I imagine it to be like a mushroom stew inside of a pot pie, and it was just a chicken pot pie with mushrooms instead of chicken. And I was like, well, that makes sense. So
Okay.
I went pot pie on them. Pot pie is how I got really fat in college, though. So I need to like really be careful. But if you're not buying pot pies from some lady in a parking lot, like what are you doing?
Facts.
Just go do it.
I'm intrigued.
Maybe I'll copy one next time.
Where are they? Where's the parking lot?
I don't even know. Really far away from where we live. It's like a 30-minute drive from where we live.
Okay.
It's really annoying. But yeah, it was pretty good weekend. Honestly, it's probably the best Father's Day I've ever had.
Mine was pretty solid too, despite not getting to spend most of it with the little guy.
Yeah. Your boy was just straight up put on a pedestal. It's a beautiful
That's
thing.
what it's all about, man.
Next weekend when we're in Chicago, we will be doing our meetup with our friends over at Muggsy. Muggsy makes damn comfortable clothing for guys everywhere. They started by reinventing the jeans game in 2015, and now they make the best jeans, chinos, and joggers and tops ever. We will be at their store, the North location, right? North location, I believe. We'll confirm that.
It's the downtown location.
Downtown, okay.
The street is called Armitage, I believe.
Yep, Armitage. Armitage location. We will be there from 5 to 7 next Friday.
There will be an on-site code that you can use in store for, I believe, 20% off.
Yeah. So stop by, make it happen. These guys work exclusively with some of the best designers and manufacturers around the world to deliver the finest quality fabrics directly to your door. We love their stuff. Their entire goal is making guys more comfortable at work, at the bar, on the course, wherever, by giving them one place to shop. Made with buttery soft, patented stretch materials that look stylish but are insanely comfortable. They're never too baggy, never too tight. Y'all know I'm not a denim guy normally. Once I put those Muggsies on, it changed everything. It was like, oh, wait, jeans can be actually comfortable on my body.
They're so great.
It's beautiful. We even swim in them.
I wear them all the time.
First-time customers can get 20% back on their first order right now. All you need to do is head to Muggsy.com, enter your email, and the discount is automatically added to your cart. That's 20% back on the only jeans and pants you will ever wear again. Free shipping, free returns on every single order. So the only risk is not knowing how great they truly are. And again, Muggsy Happy Hour, we're doing 20% off in-store Friday, June 28th from 5 to 6:30. Come join us. I'm sure there's going to be some refreshments and good times had.
Oh, yeah.
US Open was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I watched more of this US Open than I think I've watched of any golf tournament in the last, or any major in the last, like, forever.
This is one of the more entertaining non-Masters majors I've watched in a long time.
From a course perspective, from the leaderboard, like there was just a lot going on and it was really fun. This was like the first time in a long time that I've watched a course just being like, thank God I never have to play this right now.
It is nice to watch the best golfers in the world be absolutely humbled by a golf course, which is what we saw over the weekend.
Like just seeing like a guy like Oberg just like going back and forth on a green, like it's just like, okay.
You saw that throughout the entire, I mean, just kicking it back and forth on, other side of the green and the bunker. They'd stick one that you thought was going to hang up there and just see it fall off the green and 15 yards off. It's just an insane golf course.
My father-in-law stopped by our place Saturday while I was watching, and he had played it somewhat recently, and so I started just peppering him with questions about the course and stuff. And once he gave me like the certain holes to look out for and everything, it became really entertaining for me to watch and see because I just had a different perspective based on what he was saying. But it just made it fun. The US Women's Open was a couple weeks ago, and that was on a really hard course where balls were falling off the green, and that's the most I've watched of anything. I think they just need impossible courses for me to like love watching it at this point.
Have you ever played a golf course like this one where there's no rough off the fairway? It just goes from perfect plush grass of the fairway to native area, which is like you're hitting out of sand and there are like weeds and grass. I've never played a course like that. I can't imagine the pressure teeing off, knowing that if you don't stick the fairway, which runs by the way, then you're hitting out of shit every single time.
Yeah. Gotta take your medicine,
Have you ever
Dillon.
played a course like that before?
No. Honestly, the hardest course I've ever played was when we played. You didn't play. You gave your spot to Dan Regester, but we played Sawgrass, not the TPC course, but Sawgrass Country Club. I forget what it's called, but we played Sawgrass, and the greens were rolling at like a 14 that day. And I was putting. It was the first time I'd ever been on a course where I was putting numerous balls off the green, and it was just like this isn't fun anymore.
That was a mosquito round.
That was the skeeter round. Yeah. Anytime you are covered in mosquitoes when you're setting up to hit your drive on the tee box, it's not a fun round to begin with. But then we walked in and the starter looked at us and he was just like, how'd you roll them out there? And we were like, dude, those are the hardest greens I've ever played. And he goes, yep, they're at a 14 right now. And we were like,
so
oh, cool, dude. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we made it impossible for you guys. Hope you had fun.
Yeah. It was a really good time, dude. Where do you stand on Bryson right now?
I still think he is a chotch, but he's becoming somewhat of a likable chotch. And I don't know what I can't even like put my finger on what he's done to win me over. Maybe he just like owns who he is and he's just like a self-aware chotch. But I don't hate him like I used to hate him. I don't like him, but I don't hate him anymore.
I think I like him. Like he's made some weird moves in the past. He's been very polarizing, and you can make fun of him a lot. There's a million things you can make fun of the guy for, and I think he knows that at this point.
I still have the rope incident just ingrained in my brain.
What was the rope incident again?
He was crossing a rope, and someone was holding it for him, and it slipped out of their hand, so it snapped down, and it caught him like under the chin, and he went like that, and he overreacted times a million. He was like, "Come on, guys!" Then it was like he got sniped. He just hit the deck. It's like, dude, get up. I think he was just super embarrassed, and he took it out on whoever was holding the rope, and it was just a really, really bad look.
Yeah, I mean, like, I saw a lot of tweets this weekend about people saying like he's clearly taken some sort of media training. He's clearly changed the way that he's approaching being in the public eye. And I think those things are maybe true, but it's working and I kind of enjoy it. Like seeing him signing autographs mid-final round of the US Open is awesome.
Yeah.
Like seeing how he has embraced
the live stuff too, by the way. It still bothers me.
But like, okay, the live stuff is that's very justified. When we were talking about him yesterday, Sally said, she's like, well, wasn't one of the reasons like that people didn't like him was because of the Brooks drama with him? And I was like, yeah. But I feel like that was all like started by Brooks just heaving stuff at Bryson and Bryson having to respond in a way. And it was during the live time when everybody was real hot about hating on live golfers. And like, it was just kind of not great. But like, he's so likable right now. Yeah. And the sand shot he hit on 18 was so big nuts that I was immediately just like, okay. Like at that point, before he hit that sand shot, I was like, Rory blew this. Like Rory totally blew it. And I still think that Rory did blow it. But to hit a sand shot like that on 18 at the US Open in that situation when no one's gotten up and down all weekend.
Yeah, I was thinking, we're going to see a playoff.
Yeah. We were in the group text talking like what they got rid of the next day playoff format for the US Open, right? Yeah, it'll be immediate. Like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
And when he hit that, it was just like, okay, not only did Rory blow it, but somehow Bryson simultaneously just won this thing by doing that. Granted, he put himself in a bad position.
Unreal shot.
It was just cool.
His stiff arm putting style bothers me too. I've never seen anybody do putt like that.
I hate
just completely locked elbows.
Do you think he's onto something in general when it comes to equipment? Or do you think this is like,
They're all the same length still, all of his clubs?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Like, I feel like he might be onto something, and it's possible he could change the game in this way, but like also people can't just be making adjustments at the clip that he does.
Does anyone else do that? Do you
I don't
any
know.
amateur golfers who have tried this?
I don't know, but I don't have some deep like knowledge these days, so I
And
don't
he
know how
designs
common it is.
He designs his own like club face and club head. And
But like let's say he went on like some generational run where he started winning everything. Like, would people start acclimating to what he's doing and trying to do it and like adjusting their clubs like that? Because I would start to consider it.
There has to be other people out there who are trying this, but to even try it, you would have to go to you have to get custom clubs
you have to
made
get
for
fitted.
yourself, and that's a huge investment. And what if you don't like it? Maybe you can just go try them somewhere. I don't know where you would go to try like same length clubs. It's weird. He's very innovative, obviously.
I'd like to give Brett props. I was in a draft where I got to draft not any golfer, but whatever. I was the last pick in our draft, and it's a short draft. And I drafted Bryson based on
right. You did.
Brett's pick, and I got to Venmo. I told Brett that I would be paying him a certain percentage of the winnings should he win. And yep,
good for you.
he got the Venmo last
for
night.
you.
Very happy about that.
Rory, is he? How long is this going to stick with Rory?
Forever.
He hadn't won a major. It's been like 13 years.
It's been a while.
Like 13 years, I want to say. And to have a chance like that at the end, he
10 years.
He had like a 2-stroke lead down the stretch.
He won the PGA Championship at Valhalla 10 years ago.
10 years. Okay. Like his MO right now is like the dude just doesn't close during majors.
Yippee vibes.
And so this is. Hopefully he has short memory syndrome with this one, and he can put this behind him. But that's a tough one to get past.
I legitimately feel bad for Rory. When they cut to him after Bryson made the putt to win, it was just devastating. He got roasted for flying off the property in a car. Which, have you seen the video of him actually leaving?
Yeah,
I didn't think it was that.
He drove away.
The video of him walking to the car is not as bad as people. Like, there was one tweet that went viral where people were saying, "Oh, he threw his clubs in the back of the car and sped out." Like, he was walking very under control to the car.
He backed out at a pretty normal pace. He had cameras all around him. He couldn't exactly scream out of the parking lot.
I can't imagine being Rory. You've had to go through all the Live PGA Tour stuff.
I would have left too, by the way.
You've been spurned by everybody. You are at the PGA Tour. Like, you were the face of this whole thing. And now you are a guy who is dealing with public drama surrounding your divorce. You just blew the US Open, and you're getting killed for not doing any media or sticking around at the tournament that just broke your heart. I can see both sides of the argument. I get why he would just get the fuck out of there. I do think that he should have probably stuck around maybe and just been there. But like, that was heartbreak. Like, he blew it so bad that I'm not going to blame a guy for doing what he did.
I saw a stat that it was a 3-foot putt that he missed. That he was like,
what, 494 for 494?
Yeah. And his last putt's inside 3 feet, and for that to be the one, just tough. I feel bad for Rory.
I do too.
Not the best look, and I don't blame him for getting out of there. The last thing I would want to do is have a camera in my face and answer questions about the putt.
I feel like you have to, though.
Yeah,
I feel like you have to, but I get it.
Is there in other sports, like, you are fined for not going to press conferences?
Tron from NLU had kind of a thread about it, and he said like Tiger stuck around, Sevy stuck around, things like that. And all the, like, if you're in the NBA and you skip, fine.
You get a fine, yeah.
So
that same goes for MLB and NFL.
I'm kind of surprised the PGA Tour doesn't have a fine for skipping media.
If there's no fine, I'm out of there.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. It's true. But
even if there is, he can afford to be fined anyway. But
I guess that's where I'm. Or is that where I'm just here so I don't get fined? Came in, or is that is that a training camp thing?
Yeah, it's a real. Yeah. He would have been fined if he didn't show up for the press conference, the interview. Yeah. It's very much a thing.
You have to show up and answer, but you don't have to give him answers. So he had to sit there and like respond and like be there. So it's just like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. And then he just moved into, you know why I'm here.
Would it be fun to do those interviews? Not after a heartbreaking loss like Rory's, but would it be fun to do media at some point.
I think after you get some reps under your belt and you get comfortable in front of the cameras, you can have some of the guys have a lot of fun with it. They have a personality.
You get to know like all the people in the locker room. You start to know the
Yeah.
personalities. Like I feel like you can kind of mess around a little bit.
I'm not
I think
sure.
it'd be fun.
I'm not sure if golf has the same fine. And plus, this is not this isn't a PGA Tour event. This is a USGA event. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
You want to talk raw dogging?
What kind?
Flights.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what kind of other.
Right. I don't either.
Yeah, not really familiar. Brett in the office the other day asked, "What's the longest flight you're willing to raw dog?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like what? Okay, like." Sure enough, he was talking about a viral tweet where a guy posted a photo of himself on a flight. He appears to be in general economy, even though the seats look very comfortable in this. Maybe he's not in general economy. He might be in a little upgrade.
It might be upgrade situation.
But it said, just raw dogged a 7-hour flight. New personal best. No headphones, no movie, no water, nothing.
No water?
Incredible. The power of the mind knows no bounds. Okay. Sitting stationary for 7 hours is not something to be applauded. That being said, this is psychotic to me.
The no water thing, that was a bathroom break play. He didn't want it to get up.
He just wanted to raw dogged to the point of not even unbuckling.
So I have a 2-hour threshold for flights. I will raw dog 2 hours and under. I don't plan on it going in, but I'm like, that's 2 hours. I can just like zone out, and I usually don't even do music or anything.
That's
I don't know why.
Okay.
It's not a reason for it.
It's not insane. 2 hours is like pretty short flight, but I can't sleep on flights. I feel like if I don't have my kids on a flight, I need to take that time to like watch something that I don't have time to watch at home and enjoy stuff. I have no desire to raw dog any flights. The only time I ever do it is when I take a 45-minute flight, when it's like from like Detroit to up to Harbor Springs or, Austin to Dallas. Like I'll raw dog those, but going no headphones, no movie, no water, just to prove a point of how strong your mind is, I'm not that impressed.
That's so long to just not have anything to stimulate your brain.
This guy is also wearing an Ed Hardy hat. Is he just doing a bit? Like what? Why are you so proud of being bored?
Maybe he didn't actually do this and just wanted to go viral. Which
I still am interested, but if you're a backer, I want to know how many. If you're a raw dogger, there's like people out there who just don't listen to music anyway. We had an intern at Grand X, and we all got free tickets to Lollapalooza. And I was leaving the office, and I was like, "What? Why are you still here? Like, I'm the second to last person in the office. You're the last person here. Why aren't you going?" He just looked at me.
ACL?
Yeah, sorry.
You can sell Lollapalooza.
ACL. And I looked at him, and he just goes, "No, I don't really listen to music." Like, okay.
Ugh.
Okay.
It's like Brett doesn't watch TV.
Movies.
Movies.
TV, yeah.
My friend Mikey doesn't watch movies either.
He hates films.
It's like they're so great. They're so entertaining.
I have to say, since COVID, I don't watch nearly as many movies as I used to. I just don't. Like I just do TV shows.
I'm on a big movie kick right now.
I wish I was. I don't do it. I haven't even finished Hitman yet. I started a week ago.
I watched
What?
The Sting over the weekend.
It's just insane to me, you two, that like you guys can start a movie and not finish it. The only time I don't finish
Randy-
a movie is when it doesn't finish on the flight and I have to go finish it at home.
Randy, I need you to understand something
Yeah.
here. I'm tired, man. I'm fucking tired. Okay.
Well, you could have finished the movie instead of, listening to records to 1 a.m.
Sometimes I fall asleep.
fair.
Last night I watched a movie and I fell asleep for 45 minutes ago, and I was really enjoying the movie. I just couldn't keep my eyes
Part
open.
of the reason we don't watch movies is because I will pitch putting on a movie and Sally will say, "No, you're going to fall asleep. Let's watch a TV show." And I look at her and I say, "Fair point.
It's a good point.
Fair point."
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm just falling asleep at a dad rate at this point.
No, but I kind of raw dog. As soon as I get through security, headphones in, and I'm not talking to anyone until I'm off that flight.
You do headphones before you board the flight?
Like,
I've become if I'm standing in
Not
line
me.
at Southwest, I put my headphones on and I stand right there. And the reason I do it is because I don't want to have the conversation with everybody going, "Oh, what number are you? What number are you?"
I like
I'm like,
it.
just get in line. You have out of all the 5 people in your little section, are you really going to be that affected by the 2 other people in front of you?
unless you're in C, like late B's or early C now.
I like airport vibes, departing, not returning. I mean, I like to get to my gate, sit there, and people watch with my water at my side. I got a snack going. I time my bathroom break right before time to board. I like the airport vibe.
I do too. I like showing up early. I like sitting there. I like doing whatever, and I like having the time.
I like people walk by. I'm like, I wonder where they're going. You know?
Sally likes to walk straight through security and onto the plane. and it stresses me out more than anything in the world. I
Uh-uh.
don't understand
That
how
is
people
not, I
do
am
this.
not built that way.
No, I want to
at all.
get there. I want to maybe get a little nibble of food. I don't drink coffee on flights or even in the airport because I don't want to have to go to the bathroom in that style.
Well, yeah, you gotta check to make sure your gate exists, though.
Oh,
Make sure
yeah.
there's actual gate.
Oh yeah.
Okay, 18, 19. Oh, there's 20. I can go get my snack
Okay.
now.
Yep. We're good. We're good.
Make sure it exists.
I've banned myself from.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know. It is more of us checking in. Do we know where it
Okay,
is?
there it
that-
is.
So
Yep.
if like the flight's about to go, like, oh, we know.
But I
like,
also
the
check to
route.
make sure that I missed a flight one time because they changed the gate and I had headphones on. So now I just make sure that the board says wherever I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't buy magazines in airports anymore. I've refused. I'm not paying that price. I don't need physical media in the airport.
Honestly, if I'm parking at the airport, it's headphones as soon as I get out of my car. I'll take them out at security and then put them back in. Just music and podcasts. Just I still got to
No.
people watching
Yeah,
stuff.
see,
but
like you said with the gate changing thing, I need to know what's going on around me when I'm in an airport.
Yeah.
I can't completely zone in inside my own brains. I
When
feel like I'm missing too much.
When Sally and I first started dating, we were flying to Michigan, and my flight was sold out. So she took a flight that was getting in at the same time, and she hadn't met none of my friends. She had not met my parents, and she boarded her flight, and they had changed my gate to a gate across the airport. And I didn't realize it until 5 minutes before the flight was supposed to board. And so I had to sprint across this airport, which took me 15 minutes, and sprint on the plane, pouring sweat, just being like, this girl's going to break up with me because I just sent her to my hometown in northern Michigan, and she's going to be there for an entire night without me.
Oh no.
And I was just like, it's over. I somehow got on the plane, but it was like, what are you doing? Like, don't put your headphones on right before the flight's going to go.
7-hour raw dog is insane.
It's stupid.
This guy's moving crazy.
That's so stupid.
yeah.
I once read for 7 straight hours on a flight home from London when we went
Nerd.
to Italy. It was the weirdest thing I've ever done. I've never read for 7 hours straight. I did it one other time and I took Adderall, and that's why I did it.
I read the whole way when I went to Europe. I read the whole way from I think we was Washington to Paris is where we flew from. I read that whole way, which is like 7 hours probably.
I finished an entire book and I was like, go off, Will. I felt so smart.
On the way back, I watched like 4 movies though, because I flew from Rome to Dallas, which was 12 hours.
Well, you can't sleep on the way back.
Yeah,
You got to
Yeah.
stay up or else you're going to be ruined.
I told you I was on an aisle seat. The woman next to me didn't get up from her seat the entire 12-hour flight.
Dog
I
behavior.
was like, "You're my hero."
Dog
I don't have to
behavior.
it was incredible.
I'm a good seatmate. I won't get up to pee unless I absolutely have to. Even if I really have to pee, I'll still just wait until the plane lands and I can go somewhere in the airport. It's just how I'm built.
Mm.
They don't make men like me anymore, Dillon. I'm
This-
cut from a different cloth.
This guy's different too,
Mhm.
apparently.
Mm-hmm. Got George Strait throwing the largest concert in American history at Kyle Field at Texas A&M. How does this make you feel?
Over 100. I saw him holding up a sign that said over 110,000. This says 107.
The screenshot that I got, I don't know how official it was, but that's just what I based it on. I
Yeah.
based it on some article.
He was holding up a little piece of paper. It had handwritten like 110 something.
It's a lot of people.
A big smile on his face.
How many people do I guess
Kyle Field itself holds
102,000?
yeah, and they had like there were people they had chairs obviously like on like field level.
I'm kind of
surrounding
surprised you
the
can only fit
stage.
5,000 people on the field.
Surely you can fit more than that. They said maybe the stands were completely filled up or something.
Did you know this concert was going on beforehand?
No.
I had no clue. They had to have known based on ticket sales before that this was going to be the biggest concert in American history, right?
Surely.
Like, why is this not a thing that people in Austin are being served and know about? Like, I feel like I didn't know any of this, and I feel like I'm pretty dialed into like concert stuff.
Was this because I know that Texas A&M for their like NIL fund, they were having a George Strait. Is this an NIL Texas A&M event?
I don't know.
If so, that's really impressive.
Do you know where George Strait went to college?
Yeah, Southwest Texas.
I did not know that until right now.
Dude, he got to start at Cheatham Street, which is a bar that is still open, and I used to go to. He started playing there.
I don't think George Strait gets the respect in other states that he gets in Texas.
I think he does. His nickname is the King of Country Music.
I know, but I think that the respect that he gets in Texas is almost unexplainable. It's like not even a question that he's the king.
You think maybe Tennessee people, like shun him because he's such a hardcore Texas guy?
I don't know if it's a shunning, but I feel like even growing up when we were listening to a lot of country music, like the pop country like took over, and like George Strait kind of fell by the wayside when it came to playing anything on the radio in our hometown. Maybe that's just a very like pocketed thing, but like I think that when I moved down here, I was like, oh fuck, people love George Strait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Will on that one.
Like I really like him. I had a really weird. I'm not going to explain the story, but I had a weird event that I needed my dad to help me with really bad. And the next day, I just pressed shuffle on like a 500 song playlist, and a George Strait song about fatherhood started playing, and I just broke down crying at my desk, and I was like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
he is the king!
That'll happen.
He is the king!"
He's king.
I'm a little bummed about this because the previous biggest show was Grateful Dead.
I'm surprised that this is the record. I feel like it would be more.
Well, have you seen the concerts that they do in like Brazil? Like when Madonna went there, they did the 1 million person concert on the beach. Like that's simply too many people.
So this is the American record.
Yeah.
110,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's a niche Austin question. Why doesn't DKR do concerts? Is there a reason?
Why doesn't Q2 have concerts? Like they have one concert a year pretty much, but why am I not on the field at the Q2 stadium?
I just hate when like big artists are having stadium tours. Like, all right, I have to go to either Dallas or San Antonio or Houston. Like Austin has a big
Is
stadium.
it because it's too hot in the summertime and in the wintertime the weather's too dicey to do it?
I also think a venue like this is not really set up. I mean, this wouldn't appeal to me as much as it would be at like Moody Center, because like the acoustics are probably not great. The seats are probably shit. You're so far away from the stage.
Oh, for me, it's just too many people. Like full stop, too many people.
Too many
The
people.
the only band that could go get me to watch a concert with 110,000 people there would be Grateful or Dead and Company.
When I saw Justin Timberlake at the Super Bowl, not to brag, it was one of the worst concert experiences I've ever had in my entire life. I couldn't hear him. I mean, he was okay. To be fair, the way they had the stage set up, he was facing one side of the stadium, and I was on the other side. But it was just like, is he there? Like, can I get binoculars out? He was so far away. It sounded like shit.
Taylor Swift Eras Tour, Las Vegas, Nevada. Third tour, halfway through, I looked at Sally and I said, this sounds like shit.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't that the music was bad. It's just, it sounded like shit.
Yeah. I mean, if George Strait performed at DKR, like you said, no doubt about it, they could get this many people there.
But they couldn't get that many people.
Why?
Because how many seats does DKR have?
Over 100.
Oh, really?
It's one of it's also one of the biggest.
Is that after the
capacity.
upgrade?
Yeah, it's over 100,000 for sure.
Oh, I thought it was under for some reason.
No, it's like I think it's like fifth capacity wise in the country for college football stadiums, something like that.
100,000, 119.
Yeah. Big house. I still think the big house is number, or maybe it's like Penn State. I think it's Penn State actually. I could be wrong.
Let's see.
Kyle Field's definitely up there.
Michigan Stadium, 107,000. Beaver Stadium, Penn State, is 106,000.
Okay, so they're number 2.
If you're Penn State, how are you not just adding 1,000 seats?
Why are they Beaver Stadium?
I don't.
Their mascot's the Nittany Lion.
Why the fuck is it called Beaver Stadium?
I don't know. Okay.
I feel like I'm like. Is it called Beaver Stadium?
Is that
Why
what
does
it
it say
says?
Beaver Stadium here?
Are you sure it says Penn State next to that?
It says Beaver Stadium, University Park, Pennsylvania, 1960.
Huh.
Penn State Nittany Lions.
I don't know. Maybe it's named after a person named Beaver.
I actively don't watch Penn State games. Like I try not to because I just don't like Penn State, and so maybe I just don't know.
They play a pretty boring brand of football, but their fans are like, they have some excellent fans.
Yeah.
They show up.
Oh yeah, no, I respect Penn State from a
I like the uniforms.
Like their fans are about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't care to watch them on TV for some reason.
I get it.
I don't really have any. Yeah, Kyle Fields number 4, and Ohio State's got number 3.
And what's 5? Is it DKR?
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's why I pulled up that list.
They are 5?
Let me reopen that tab, Dillon.
They might not be if they're.
No,
It's
number 7.
okay.
They got beat out by both Tennessee and LSU.
Tennessee's stadium is cool. The Swamp in LSU is badass too, by the way.
I would love to go to literally like
A night game at LSU is really hard to beat. Really hard to beat.
when's Texas play there? Not this year, right?
No, it might be a while. They're supposed to play during the COVID year, but it got canceled.
I know.
Remember?
I was definitely going to go to that game.
Yeah.
Like 100% going to go to that game.
That was unfortunate.
It was very unfortunate.
Named after James A. Beaver,
Yeah.
a governor of Pennsylvania and president of University Board of Trustees.
I had a Mr. Beaver teacher in high school.
I did not. I just look like one.
How about that? We solved that one. Okay.
How did we not? How is this not more of a thing?
Concerts in stadiums like that?
And just knowing that Beaver Stadium is the name of Penn State Stadium.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the names of many stadiums.
I don't know the names of many college ones, I guess. I didn't know it was called DKR until I moved here. And someone said it, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Dave drove by. He's like, yeah, let's go drive by DKR. We were driving home from a tea time. And I was like, what are we doing?
Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium is a full name, which is a mouthful. That's why people just say DKR. Yeah.
They should just sell out. They should be the Bucky's Stadium. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Dude, Buc-ee's is awesome.
Dude, it rules. You know what else rules? Squarespace.
Ooh, that's right.
Dude, Squarespace just rocks. So they're all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed. So whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website. You can engage with your audience and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. There was some polarizing stuff going on in the Wash Media universe last week. We even got criticized by some DFs for not updating our website to reflect that their Dumb Zone was a podcast in our network.
It was a quick fix.
Your boy got into the Squarespace site. I had it all fixed and reformatted in less than 10 minutes. The speed at which I could update everything and make it go was just incredible. They make everything really easy. They've got incredible templates. All the templates are very customizable, from colors to fonts to spacing to everything. It's just the easiest thing to build a website on. I've loved using Squarespace for over 10 years now, and I think you would too. Whether you're selling stuff, you can be collecting emails, sending emails, taking dinner reservations, doing whatever. Squarespace has you covered, and they just make it easy. One of the easiest things to do on Squarespace, which this sounds dumb, but like the first time I started a website, I was like, I'm worried about getting a domain name and connecting it. They make it so easy, and it's actually cheaper to do, even with our code, but it's even cheaper to get the domain stuff through Squarespace. Head over to squarespace.com for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/steam to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, squarespace.com/steam. That's 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Randy, can I have you put something on the screen, please?
Yes, right there.
This next segment's going to be a little bit of a this week in restaurants. I tweeted this the other day from circling back, but Dillon, are you willing to go to a place where you can get a $1,900 Wagyu burger
Oh my God.
that comes with caviar, crab, and a custom cowboy hat?
What comes with a custom cowboy hat?
Should we start doing this at the Dick Saloon?
How nice is this cowboy hat?
I mean, you got to imagine it's pretty nice if you're paying $1,900 for a burger.
Okay. $1,900, you get a Wagyu burger, caviar, crab, and a cowboy hat.
Okay, so here's what the caption says. So Sally and I got married at the Montage Laguna Beach. It's a hotel in Laguna Beach. This is the Montage Deer Valley. So it's the kind of wintry one.
Oh my God.
It says Burgers and Bourbon has introduced the extravagant 1876 burger experience featuring an A5 Wagyu burger topped with caviar, tempura king crab, and more for a whopping $1,876.
Oh, those big things on there. That's the crab. That's
the tempura crab, dog.
Oh my God.
It says the meal includes bourbon, champagne, a cigar, and a custom cowboy hat excursion.
Okay. I can absolutely see how this would be a draw for a very specific demographic.
Dude, there's a hyper specific demographic that loves this.
It comes with a cigar too?
I think Bezos would do this.
The cigar's included?
Oh yeah, you get it all, dude. Champagne, bourbon.
I mean, yeah, all that shit. Okay, take away the cowboy hat and the meal itself with all that stuff. It's probably a $180 meal.
I don't know how much. If a bite of A5 Wagyu at a sushi restaurant costs $12, how much is a full patty?
This isn't A5.
It doesn't equate.
No one's eating A5 Wagyu in ground beef form.
Correct. I don't. Even if it is A5, if it's in burger form, I am not giving it credibility.
I think the term Wagyu is thrown around a lot, and it doesn't always mean like cream of the crop.
It's been bastardized.
Top tier.
When I'm at the grocery store and I see something that says Wagyu, I always think,
It's like, huh?
really? Is it?
Yeah, it's that emoji where you're like, really?
Yeah, it's like Wagyu is only if it's in the Wagyu portion of France. That's what it's.
Yeah,
really
correct. Yeah, Randy's exactly right.
But this cowboy hat, I mean, depending on how nice the cowboy hat is,
Are you justifying this?
considering it's at the montage.
Yeah, no,
It's
you're
probably
right.
Like, it's probably like, okay, if I'm gonna buy a hat anyway, and I'm gonna spend over $1,000 on a hat, let's get the full experience. Like, I could see how this would appeal to certain people.
Cowboy hats can get out of control expensive. Western hats in
Yeah.
general can get out of control expensive. Like I don't know how you did this, but you've actually convinced me that there might be a world where this is reasonable
Yeah.
based on what you're actually getting.
Because it's like, all right, I'm gonna plan this vacation. I got a little bit of cash to spend on it, and I know that I need a cowboy hat. Like, let's just go. Let's get the full experience. It's gonna set us back $2,000, but we're leaving there with a dope cowboy hat and the memory of like spending all this money on this elaborate meal with a cigar and bourbon and champagne and caviar too. That caviar is expensive. I didn't account for that in my.
Oh
in
yeah,
my
if you go to
estimate
Central
earlier.
Market right now and you go to the caviar section, it's wild.
It's probably really good
It's
bourbon.
wild.
Probably really good bourbon. You know,
You want to do this so bad. Dude, let's do a burger challenge.
I could just see how, like, under the right circumstances, I could be convinced to.
You know what I hate about this? The one thing that I really fucking hate that makes me mad? I don't like the gold flakes on the bun.
Oh, I know. I'm not okay. Oh, I see that now.
Like,
Yeah,
it took me a while, but I don't need gold flakes on anything.
That's just an excuse to upcharge you an astronomical amount.
Correct.
It doesn't do anything to the actual food.
When Sally and I like we didn't do it last year, but we did it the year before. We would go out to the hotel where we got married and
Yeah.
stay there for the weekend and just make a weekend out of it. And every day we had a $150 credit to use at the resort for food. And so for lunch, we could just know, all right, we can go off and have a good lunch, whatever. Unfortunately for us, it rained and it was windy the entire time that we were there. And so on the final day of the trip, I looked at Sally and I said, I'm using our $150 credit. I'm going to the bar. She's like, what are you going to get? And I said, I'm getting, they have a thing of Pappy Van Winkle there for $125. And with tip, I can get it for free. And she looked at me and I was like, she's gonna deny this. And she goes, yeah, I guess that's probably a good way of doing it.
Wow.
And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go buy something ridiculous. And it was a
Yeah.
great way. I was like, you know what? I'm glad I did this because a chicken sandwich wouldn't have moved the needle very much.
Yeah, like if this is something you plan for, and it's not like no one looks at the menu and like, oh, I could do this and get a cowboy hat. Like you plan for this.
If anyone's ever been to like Aspen, like the big thing to do for a lot of people is to go to their like really popular hat place.
Kimosabe?
Yeah, Kimosabe. And people spend crazy amounts on
Yeah.
hats there.
Yeah.
But it's hard not to for people like if you're in Aspen, you already know you're going to get killed on price for everything. Like it's such an experience in there that I get how people get wound up and it's like suddenly it's like how did I just spend all this money on a hat?
Do they come up with a custom hat? Do they come up and like measure your hat while you're at the dinner table or measure your head?
Dude, that'd be kind of tight.
And they just make it like it's table side hat making.
I
mean,
was so scared when we
it
went to
probably is.
Kimosabe that I didn't even want to go off.
They might roll that steam machine up to your table
they
and
might.
do it all right there, which would be
That'd be
fucking
sweet.
cool. Like really cool.
That would actually be sweet.
Watching the guy make my hat by hand was a really fun experience.
See, I didn't get like the full custom experience. I did like the cheapest possible Kimosabe thing you could do, mainly because I didn't want to spend the money on it, and I knew that I wouldn't wear this hat all that
Yeah.
often. But like they did when they were steaming it and like shaping it and doing all that, I was like, this is bad.
Yeah, when I got my hat from Allen's, when I bought it, it was the brim was completely flat and had like a dome top, and he formed everything by hand. And I thought it was really cool to watch him do it.
That's cool.
If they did that table side while you're eating this ridiculous burger that you can't fit in your mouth, by the way, you got to like take it apart to eat.
This is like the
Like,
most retail.
That's fun.
This is the most retail therapy feeling circling back segment where we've somehow justified spending $1,900 on a burger and a cowboy hat.
And then you walk away with smoking a fat stogie, like with your cowboy hat.
I don't think
like,
I need to smoke a stogie with this
No,
meal.
No, you do. You would be over laughing
yes,
so
you
much.
would.
Like,
No, you would. And the looks you get leaving that restaurant, like, oh, this guy did the thing. He did
You're the cockiest dude in the restaurant.
This guy did the $1,900 Wagyu burger.
This is how you feel like Doug Dimmadome. This is how you do it.
Oh,
right
true.
here.
This is the
it.
most dimmadome shit.
Do you like caviar?
It's not my favorite.
Yeah,
Not my fave.
I've tried it exactly one time, and I wasn't really a fan. It's so salty.
It's really salty. It's just like there's not a lot of foods that I don't like. I'll pretty much eat whatever as long as like it doesn't taste horrible. Like as long as there's not some reason it tastes bad.
Yeah.
But caviar is something that I never truly understand the juice is not worth the squeeze for me when it
Yeah.
comes to price of it.
Yeah,
Like
it's so pricey.
at restaurants, it's crazy expensive. If it's on something, I'm not like scraping it off.
Yeah.
But like I will never seek out caviar.
Yeah. By the way, it's really easy to spend this much on a hat alone. Like you can get a cowboy hat that's beaver.
Oh yeah.
That's it's $2,000 and up. Like it's pretty easy to do. So I would love to know the quality and the maker of the hat before I'm buying this, which obviously you can look that up.
God, you'd
But
feel
this isn't the worst thing.
imagine the cigar out of your mouth, sipping some bourbon with the machine next to you, just steaming that hat.
And the looks of respect you get from the surrounding tables, like, oh, he's doing it. He's doing it.
What would the Dick Saloon version of this be?
Okay, you get a
Fitted assless chaps.
fit chaps.
Yep.
You get custom chaps.
We'll set you up real nice with some chaps, brother.
Hey, stand up, cowboy, so I
Hey.
can get that measurement.
Yep. Which way do you dress, brother?
Yeah, which way do you dress?
All right, I'm going to spend some extra time over there.
But you don't get a Wagyu burger, though. You get a pork chop.
Oh,
You get a pork chop and some...
you get an A5 Wagyu.
Yeah,
Wagyu glizzy.
that's right.
You want it? Oh, you want our deal? You get a
that
little
burger, man. You got to take that burger apart to enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't need the tempura crab or whatever it is
I
on
bet you
there.
they're gas, though.
Dude, I bet they're really
eat-
good, but I think I would ask for that on the side.
I think everyone just takes them out and you eat them on the side.
I don't frequent tempura that much.
I like tempura.
I don't know
I've
why.
never had tempura crab, but I like tempura things.
You've probably had tempura crab.
Maybe.
You know what I do like tempura? Jalapenos.
Sweet potato chips, tempura.
Okay.
Have you had those?
No. We had
Good.
pumpkin the other night at dinner. Tempura pumpkin.
Okay. That sounds good.
We kind of got talked into it, and he talked us out of something that I really like, and he talked us into something else. And I was like, man, I should have held my ground. I'm such a coward when it comes. If a waiter says like, "Oh, if I'm between two dishes," and the waiter says like, "This one's better," I'm always just like, "All right, yeah, I didn't want that one, but I'll get that one."
Deer Valley, is that Colorado?
No,
Where is it?
NF confession. I don't know. Utah.
Okay. I don't think cowboy when I think Utah, but I'm sure they got them there.
No, they got him there.
Okay. The mountains.
Utah's got them
the mountains
cowboys.
is cowboy territory for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on down.
Like if you got money to blow, this would be a fun thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely would be. Definitely would be.
Because unlike a meal where you just blow a lot on a meal, you leave with something.
Yeah.
You leave with a memento. Like, hey, remember that
if
time?
the hat is nice enough, I think we need.
And it's like you wear it around your boys. Hey, remember that time we went to Deer Valley and spent all of our money on cowboy hats and a burger? Like that was sick.
We need like our richest backer to go do this and
Document.
document
I want someone to vlog this.
I can't believe we pivoted on this. I'm really happy
Yeah,
for us.
Fucking awesome.
I was like, I wonder if you get that knife too.
Dude,
It's
the
a
knife
cool
is cool.
handle.
The knife is cool. Yeah.
You probably do.
It kind of looks like a knife that our old Grand X coworker makes. The guy Daniel Barus, he does the skateboard stuff.
By the way, still my favorite thing about Jay Carver's.
The knife,
This-
the
this-
knife selection.
The steakhouse. There's a steakhouse in Austin. If you order a steak, they bring this array of steak knives, and you get to choose your steak knife, and it's like from different regions around the world.
Yeah, but you did. So you told me about this. Before I had only been there once, and you told me about this.
you
And I
got
was
talked
really
into
excited.
the house knife, didn't you?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to choose the house knife, but I feel like an asshole not doing the house knife from the restaurant that had it specially made for the
I
restaurant.
think I chose the Japanese knife last time I was there.
See, that's the
That
thing.
was-
that's the way
Definitely,
to do it.
Randy definitely would have
It
chosen.
treated
the
it
Japanese
treated me
one.
quite nicely. That's
Hell
a
yeah.
nice touch.
Dylan, would you drink a hot dog martini?
No.
Have you watched this video yet?
Yes.
Okay, Randy, do you have the video?
Got the USB up.
The hot dog martini.
Hot dog martinis are the perfect savory cocktail. Hot dog martinis are the perfect savory cocktail for the summer, and this is how you make it. In a mason jar, combine your cherry tomatoes and dry vermouth. Let that infuse for 3 days. In a shaker, combine your potato vodka, tomato-infused dry vermouth, pickle brine, and celery bitters. Shake with ice for 30 seconds and strain into a chilled glass. For garnish, add your 5 drops of sesame oil and the skewer. This recipe from Art in the Age is so unique. Let us know if you would try this. Hot dog martini.
Okay, I'll try it.
I think I drink this.
Okay, I'll try it.
Like when she said hot dog martini, I was like, she's gonna cut up a hot dog, she's gonna put it in a bottle of vodka and let it distill overnight and get the flavor.
What it has to infuse for 3 days?
What?
Tomatoes.
The
And then
tomatoes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Would you serve these at a campaign event?
For what exactly? I'm
President.
confused. Oh, I'm not running for president. And if I did, again, I'll point out if I did run, I'd probably just run as myself, and not as a giant hot dog.
How does your campaign team feel about the Joey Chestnut drama of him getting out of the Nathans and then now immediately rendering our entire segment on him useless?
We're stepping in. We're doing what we can.
Are you going to try to team up with Netflix?
We're trying to right this wrong.
You know how Trump shows up to like UFC events? You should just show up to hot dog eating contests. Why is he at every UFC event? How does he have time for that?
I think he's buddies with Dana White.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's buddies.
Plus, he knows that's his demo too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. He also is friends with Bryson. When Bryson won his last US Open, he celebrated with Eric Trump.
Really?
Which, no offense to the Trump family, but if I'm going to celebrate with any Trump after something, it ain't going to be Eric.
Tomato infused dry vermouth. Okay, sorry, I'm still on this. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. He's buddies with Tom Brady, and
Yeah, but Tom Brady's buddies with Trump too.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Brady.
Oh,
and Trump.
yeah. Oh,
Brady
yeah.
and Trump.
Yeah. I think I'd drink this hot dog martini.
Sesame oil.
Yeah, that's the big retail therapy no here. What about the little globs in the martini? The
I'm not
oil.
proud of what I'm about to say. She didn't overdo it. It seemed like a tasteful amount of globs.
2 drops celery bitters. Celery bitters.
One issue I have with this is that hot dog that she garnished it with is way too nice looking. It needs to be way more Oscar Mayer feeling.
And a little overdone.
Yeah.
Little
It's not the
charred.
best hot dog work. It's not the best.
Sesame oil.
What makes it really a hot dog martini? Just that it's garnished with a little.
I think it's
hot
because
dog?
it has Chicago dog elements in it,
I guess so.
and that's it. But I'll be honest, I'm okay with not doing it right on the nose. We
Yeah.
don't need it to have a hot dog flavor to it if it has elements of a Chicago dog.
There's
in it.
tomato flavor, pickle flavor, celery flavor.
Which that's all stuff on a Chicago hot dog.
Okay, yeah. This is Chicago dog style. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to try this.
Randy, if there's one Chicago dog you want us to have, where do we get it from? If I'm going to have one Chicago dog, where?
I honestly, that's a great question. Any place that has Vienna beef logo out of it, I mean, they're all amazing.
Okay.
There's no
is it-
one real place that's like you go here for Chicago
Is
dog,
it-
in my opinion.
Like a street side play, like street vendors, or is it like
they don't really-
trailers or restaurants?
They're more restaurants. They're more like diner-esque restaurants. If you go to a place and it has the menu board is like the stick letters where they put them in there, then you know you're a good
Yeah.
place.
You're cooking.
You know, there's a trailer right here that has they promote Wrigleyville dogs.
Oh, Randy knows.
I know. That's the place that Dave got stuff for the stream. And it's not good. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
okay.
It has Vienna beef logo out there. I don't know if they're lying about
Those dogs
that.
left a little to be desired.
They're not good. They're not made like ones. The ones at Black Sheep Lodge too are just they're good, but they're nothing like the ones in
Okay,
Chicago.
dumb question about Chicago dogs. Is one Chicago dog filling enough to be an entire meal, or do you need supplements? Because it's so much more aggressive than a normal hot dog.
I think you could, but a lot of places serve their deal is Chicago dog and fries, and even a lot of them are 2 Chicago dogs and fries.
Okay.
So
You can take down 2 Chicago dogs and not be like stuffed.
yeah,
Okay.
you'll be full. You'll be like that's my meal.
Hand up, I've never had a Chicago dog in Chicago. I've only had it in other cities, and I am legitimately excited to have a Chicago dog.
Yes, we'll go to a good place.
Okay.
Fatso's Last Stand is probably like the one I think people know the most
Okay.
for Chicago dogs.
Okay. I mean, I'd go to Wiener Circle, but I don't know if Dillon can handle the roasting that he'd get from the ladies behind the counter.
I've never been to Wiener Circle. I really want to go. It's right down the street from Sluggers, so
Dillon, but dude, they're
There we
making
go.
fun of me.
There we go.
Dude, why are they making fun of me?
We're gonna eat a Chicago dog.
Dude, that lady, she went too far. Our final story in restaurant hour. People are just getting banned from restaurants. We've got a restaurant that's banned kids under 5, and then Dillon has a restaurant that's banned people under 30,
Yeah.
which I kind of respect. The first restaurant was a restaurant in Indianapolis. It was closed. Oh, it's now closed because I think of the backlash from this. They banned kids under 5, and they also banned mothers from breastfeeding in their restaurant. The reason they banned kids under 5 was because of poopy diapers being left on the table.
Oh.
She said, "This is not Chuck E. Cheese. This was not made for babies. That's the sad truth. People were not happy about it. The Indiana state law says that you can breastfeed anywhere where you're allowed. And whenever you discriminate towards parents who have kids under 5, you're going to get some backlash from those parents who are just absolutely going through it and looking for an avenue to yell at you for. If I went to a restaurant with my son, who's 3, or your son, who's 7, previously, and they told me, "Sir, you can't go in. He's too young," I would drag that place.
Yeah. Pete, I don't understand people who get so upset about a child's behavior when it's a kid who doesn't know better. Like, irritated, sure.
If it's a bar and you're annoyed with kids yelling during something, whatever, then that's fine. I get it. It's a bar.
Like, I understand it can be irritating if the kid's like screaming at a restaurant, but you're in a public place and kids are gonna be kids. You just got to deal. It's something. It's just life. You just got to deal with it. You used to be a kid yourself.
You're in public.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
If you don't want kids around, then go do something somewhere else where you can control the situation. But you're in public.
And it might be like the parent in me talking, like, "Oh, don't get upset by this," but like, just chill out. I mean, just remove yourself and leave if it's that big of a deal, or don't,
Oh yeah, I'm sure I had takes like this back in the day. Like, my worst take ever on PGP was when I wrote a breastfeeding column because I just needed something to write that day. Thought it'd be polarizing and funny to write. Took it down within 15 minutes because I was like, I don't feel good enough about this. And the 2 comments that I've received on it immediately have really steered me to be like, yeah, that's a bad take. And now after having a kid, I'm like appalled that I ever even thought that, because like, you can't. It's just the worst take you can have is not breastfeeding in public at this point. Like, kids need to eat and women need to get that milk out of those breasts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we got to get this moving.
Yeah, it's a very natural situation.
It's a beautiful thing.
There's another restaurant that Will mentioned earlier. It's a Caribbean restaurant. It's called Bliss. It's outside of St. Louis, and it bans anyone under the age of 30 because they're trying to create a grown and sexy vibe, luxe vibe.
Dude, I kind of love it.
A grown and sexy.
Randy, you just sneak in.
I just made it in.
You just
This is like at the amusement park when I can finally ride the roller coasters. I just got tall enough.
A grown and sexy vibe. No one under 30.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous, man.
Like,
you're chopping off like a big going out demographic too.
The big going out demographic.
yeah.
Like, how busy is this restaurant?
I don't know. There's a few restaurants in Austin that I'd love to like lop off the 20 to 29-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's not every restaurant, but like I support banning people under 30 more than I support banning kids under 5.
Yeah, I do too, actually.
I like casting the wide net and making everyone a victim.
Under 30. That's funny.
If you owned a restaurant, Dillon, who would you ban from your restaurant?
Ooh. Who would I ban from my restaurant? Can I ban like just shithead teenagers? Like, can I ban
cool teens
13 to 19?
Okay.
If you're a teenager, you can't come in.
12-year-old, a 12-year-old goes to the door. Oh, no, you're in. One in,
come
one
on.
out. Hey, one in, one out.
Yeah.
Oh, 13. No, can't get in. You're done.
Teenagers that are without their parents. I'll
that's good.
I'll limit it to them.
That's good.
Yeah.
Um,
Because they're the ones that are causing trouble.
I'm doing anyone post-workout.
Yeah. They're the one like putting ketchup packets under their buddies' seats or you know what I mean? It's just like they're shitheads, and they're also not going to tip very well.
I'm just doing post-workout people. I don't care if you went to a spin class. I don't care if you went to Barry's boot camp. I don't care if you did a bike ride with all your boys.
You can't operate in Austin then.
No, you're right. You're right. But get out of there with your sweaty ass.
All the moms.
You're putting your sweaty bike shorts on my nice booth.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave a mark there. There's gonna be salt stains from your butt.
A workout followed by a brunch right after is a big Austin play.
Oh yeah.
Big Austin play.
2017, it was like, holy shit. Like,
everyone's in
outdoor voices,
yoga pants.
Oh yeah. Everyone's in color blocked outdoor voices stuff.
Oh my
just
God,
eating
that was such a thing.
Grove.
Still is to some degree, I guess. And now it's just Aloe brand instead of outdoor voices.
I don't get the aloe stuff that much.
It's the guys who wear the aloe hats to the gym that
douches.
I'm like, you look like an idiot.
Dude.
They're everywhere.
Like, the upside down Dallas hat has been replaced for me by the aloe hat for being the signifier of like just the broiest of bros.
Yeah.
Like, and
like
we can be broy.
They're not even good looking. There's just a black hat that says aloe on it.
It's also because none of the guys are wearing it like Dillon's wearing it right now. Like how you're supposed to wear a baseball cap. They're all wearing it super like tight and
Cocky.
like cocky,
Yeah.
T-man style.
But dude, I think the only reason guys wear aloe hats is because they know that girls love aloe, and so they put the hat on so that girls are like, "Oh, he likes aloe."
You think?
Yes,
Are they expensive? Is it like a?
I'm sure it's like
a
Lulu.
luxury play.
I'm sure it's like Lulu.
Lulu's expensive,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
but Lulu makes really good quality stuff.
I still wear their boxers pretty much exclusively. I've tried a lot of other boxers that I like, but like I love Lulu boxers so much that I can't stop wearing them.
Their stuff holds up really well. Okay, good episode.
All right, we got to go listen to Dumb Zone, dude. Today's I'm in my loading phase.
Yeah.
I gotta start getting in because I want to have some credibility when I start commenting in their subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
All my DFs, what up?
What was it?
One of us.
Dumb bag circle fucker.
Shout out to all the dumbback circle fuckers who have made the leap.
Dude, big facts.
Yeah.
Big facts. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with Cold Call. Dave Ruff should be back to health per his text message, but we will see. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.